Fantasy football, understanding rushing, receiving, and passing points. Have you ever wondered how players score points in fantasy football? It all comes down to how they perform in real games, specifically in rushing, receiving, and passing. Let's break it down so you can get a solid grasp on the scoring systems that will help you in your fantasy football journey. First up, rushing points. When a player runs with the ball, they earn points based on the yards gained. The most common scoring method awards 1.4 every 10 rushing yards. If a player scores a rushing touchdown, that typically adds 6 points to their total. So, if a running back rushes for 100 yards and scores a touchdown, they would earn 16 points. Now let's talk about receiving points. This works in a similar way to rushing. Players earn 1.4 every 10 receiving yards. When they catch a touchdown pass, that usually gives them 6 points as well. In points per reception leagues, also known as PPR leagues, players receive an additional 0.4 each reception. This means that if a wide receiver catches a lot of passes, they can rack up points quickly, even if those passes are 4 short gains. Next, we have passing points, which are calculated differently. Quarterbacks earn points for passing yards, typically 1.4 every 20 or 25 yards. When they throw a touchdown pass, it generally scores for points. This lower score for passing touchdowns balances out the scoring since quarterbacks tend to throw more touchdowns than other positions. It's also important to note that if a quarterback throws an interception, they often lose points, usually around -2. Some fantasy leagues include bonuses for long touchdowns or award points for return touchdowns on kickoffs and punts, but these are less common. They usually fall under team defense or special teams scoring. When you prepare for your fantasy draft or set your lineup, knowing these scoring rules is essential. For example, in PPR leagues, running backs who catch a lot of passes and wide receivers who make many receptions become more valuable. In standard leagues, players who score more touchdowns or gain significant yards on big plays are often favored. To sum it up, rushing and receiving yards convert at 1 point per 10 yards, while rushing and receiving touchdowns are worth 6 points each. Passing yards convert at 1 point per 20 or 25 yards, and passing touchdowns usually score for points. Receptions only add points in PPR formats. Understanding this scoring framework will help you make informed decisions and build a strong fantasy football team.